Croeso nôl. Muy bon diat. Welcome back to another thrilling episode of the Finca Ymdrech Diaries. It's been ages since I've done a video. Not a lot been going on really in the finca. It's been screaming hot. My videos are starting to get a bit, here's my garden, here's my garden, here's my garden. So I didn't do any in the summer, partly because it's too hot, partly because I don't sit down in the evenings to do the editing, as I've said, and well, it's just life gets in the way. And then you get out of the habit. Not as if anything riveting's been going on. Earlier in the summer, higher management made a request for a swimming pool to cool us down. So after lots of research and pool envy, we went out and we bought all the materials and we built a pool. The stems of some of these are more like trees, and I got fine tomatoes coming on them. My tomatoes just are not ripening. We had torrential rain yesterday, and I have been watering them, so I got leaf curl, which people say is too hot. And again, I got, look at these for tomatoes. They, for scale, my thumb, but they just are not ripening. Lovely tomatoes, size-wise, but they sit there until the end goes black. Or someone eats them. And I pick more off and throw them away. Look at them. The ends are just going, look, they fine tomatoes. The last year, my garden was all about the peppers. This year, they're terrible. Absolutely terrible. I couldn't give peppers away last year. I had so many. They're really struggling this year. One thing I seem to be able to grow okay is onions. But the tomatoes this year, hopeless. But look at them. Fine tomatoes. But it's only a fine tomato if you can eat it. I got some white aubergines. Trying to be a bit proactive with the garden as far as insects are concerned. So under here, some radish and some beetroot. And we planted some pak choy. The neighbour that calls himself Ecological Man called, bringing me some melon plants and some tomato plants. And he was looking at my garden. He said that we had snail problem as well as grasshopper problem. So I bought some snail pellets. And indeed, the following morning, we were littered with dead snails. So I put some more down. Okay, I need another wheelbarrow.
get your bag! Get your bag! What are you doing? What are you doing? Say, Dr. Tuck. Next to the neighbours. There's all our tomatoes. Everything else been pulled up nearly. There's our friend's cart. There's all our onions drying. There. That's the last pull of onions drying. And there's all our squash and melons hanging up. And cucumbers. Oh dear. Hundreds of bleeding cucumbers to pick today. Oh my god, there's 2 whoppers, look at them. I picked 4 yesterday, there's another one. And another one. I'm sure they grow overnight. And the melons, look, there's melons. There's a melon. There's a watermelon and a failed melon, another melon. And squash. And there's a pumpkin in there. Look at the size of that. You see that? It's absolutely massive. And there's another one, but that one's a bit dwarfed. Oh, right then.
Then higher management went back to the UK, left me with a job sheet of doing our dining room. Bit grand in a dining room. Well, we had a middle room. There's no ceiling in it, no electric, so we plasterboarded the ceiling and painted, sorted the electrics out, tiled the floor. Nothing earth. Lazy bitches. Not quite straight yet. Bit more civilizing than now. So now we find ourselves in September the 1st. And it's the first day that I've been able to put the trousers on at this time of day. So I'm going in the garden or the plot or the jungle, depending on your point of view. And this year's been a bumper year for grapes. So I'm going to pick some grapes today. Most of them are rotting on the vines, but we're going to make some grape jam and one thing and another. I've also got some chilies, but maybe you can see, come on, focus, focus, focus it. Behind me, the plot is more of a jungle than a garden plot. So between the heat and being busy doing the dining room, and then my son came, and today Farmer Joe trousers on. I'm such a dapper chap, aren't I? I'm going to go into the jungle and see what we can do. First job, I'm going to pick some grapes. These white grapes are oh so sweet. I think they're muscatel grapes. Even our chickens are fed up with grapes now. They've been eating so many. It'd be nice to be able to make some raisins with them, but they seeded. can't help but eat them. My plan had been to harvest everything today, but that's the first 2 vines, and I've got another 7 left to go. I think that'll do for today. Picking them is easy enough. There's only so many grapes you can eat. So, I say the plan had been to make some jam with these today. Some of it chili jam. So, I've got some chilies in the garden. Let's go and see what we can find. Not a lot going on here. A couple of stray cabbage, lots of weeds, as I keep saying. Lots and lots and lots of grapes. So, that hasn't been harvested, which is a shame because it grew very well. But it didn't make very good eating, so we've left it. Some peppers of some description here, and sweet potatoes. I've never grown sweet potatoes before, so don't even know when to harvest them. It's full size sweet corn there, which is quite nice. Now my tomato plants grew very well, look, very tall. But the tomatoes were hopeless. Now there's supposed to be a path there, but I'm not going down it today. It's supposed to be a path here. I got some beetroot left in there. Can you see them? Aubergines. I don't know what that is. Some chilies in there. Still some aubergines. Tomatoes have finished. And the peppers are gone a bit nuts. Nothing like last year. But they're here. So I'm gonna go see if I can. In fact, I'm gonna go make my jam and we'll pick the peppers later. See, there's some chilies. I think these are pepperdews, nothing coming on them yet. I'm gonna have to spend an hour clearing some paths and weeding. See, they were fine tomatoes. They just didn't ripen and pretty much rotted on the vines. Ooh, there's a weight there. Ooh. Well, it turns out that one little basket of grapes gives quite a lot of juice. And we didn't have a saucepan big enough to put them all in, or jars. So I've ended up spending most of the afternoon de-stemming and picking the worst of the grapes off and pasteurising them. Got about, I don't know, 5 litres of grape juice in there. And well, probably another 7 there by the time I spread it out. And tomorrow try the jam. I may well go and pick the chilies and the peppers this afternoon now, because the weather has turned decidedly grey. We've been having weather warnings all week, but there's thunder. Here comes the rain as promised. I'd better start tidying up before the boss gets back. She tends to lose a sense of humour when there's a mess, and she's wet. We've got a couple of chilies, nothing in our bread, and I've been having a bit of a munch as I'm going, none of them are that hot. I've got some cayennes, I've got something called hot jars, but there's nothing really. Oh, that's got a bit of a bite. I think I've got some Thai, I don't know what they are, they're quite sweet for my palate anyway. A couple of little evil green ones, yeah, that looks quite evil. It's the worst part of any making jam is washing blimmin' jars. My chilies are ready. I've got some reducing. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just grabbed these this morning. We got a week of bad weather, so I've gone over to the dark side. I'm going to try and make some wine. I'm going to give it a go. It seems a shame for them to waste. This is the worst part. Getting the grapes off the stems. The very real risk of this wine going bad, but I'm making it natural, so it's the same colour as my feet anyway.
God. I never seen anything better. Oh my God. The water is going over the top of the gate.